Okay, we are going to chat about phase 1 of your cycle. So, day 1 is the day that you get your period. It is also a new moon. So, if you're not sure about the moon phases and things like that, you can actually just Google it and just download moon calendars and things like that. If you're now, after our organization week, you are using Google Calendar, there is actually a moon calendar that you can download and put it straight onto your Google Calendar. So you can do that. So when it's a new moon, same as if you're menstruating, if you're not getting your cycle. And so menstruating or new moon is day 1 to about day 5-ish. And I have to say that I used to get cramping and all the things like that. But as soon as I stopped eating so much inflammatory foods and started really mindfully putting anti-inflammatory things into me, like turmeric and ginger and things like that, really fixing my gut health, I stopped getting the PMS leading up, and I stopped getting the cramping to the point where I would go to the toilet and go, oh, it's that time, shit. So I had to download a tracking app on my phone, and I believe it's called Inflow, but I will drop it for you guys. I've got a couple of apps, and there's a couple that I really like. So I'll drop a couple of them for you guys. But menstruation. So I want you guys to track what this feels like for you, track how you're feeling energy-wise, track your activities, like what it is that you feel like doing on that day, journal it out a little bit and do that every day. And I did it for a few months, just journaling it out, just a few key points. And you'll start to see similarities and you'll be like, oh my God, okay. So day 1 to 5, you should be resting around this time because your body is doing a lot. It's shedding its lining. This is a time really for rest and reflection. And your energy also will be at its lowest naturally. So think about all the activities that you could do at that stage in your cycle, like really journaling, spending time with yourself, doing a few self-care practices, things like that. It's not a time to just go, I'm tapping out, but it's just a time to be really mindful of how you might be feeling during that phase of your cycle. So what else? This is a really good indication this time of how you've actually looked after yourself for the rest of your cycle. So if you've gone like a crazy woman and really just been going nuts, not looking after your sleep, diet, lifestyle, mental health, the whole thing, this is the time it's really going to show up for you. So this is when you are going to get bad cramping, you're going to have all the PMS stuff, you are going to feel like crap. This is a really good indicator of how you've looked after yourself for the rest of your cycle. So really journal on that and tell yourself how you're feeling at this time. If you've looked after yourself throughout your cycle, your body's going to thank you for it. And just like you may get to a point that I have after I've started doing all this flow living stuff where you have less cramps or no cramps, your moodiness is just not there or, nowhere near like it was. You'll be less emotional basically. If that's a really emotional time for you, cramping, like just moody as hell, that's a really good check-in to go, okay, I'm not looking after myself as much as I need to be for the rest of my cycle. So at that time as well, it's not a good idea to go out and bash yourself in the gym or go for big runs and things like that. You might want to do more stretching and yoga and Pilates and those sort of more gentle things, because remember, if you flog yourself here, you're going to pay for it for the rest of your cycle because your energy is already low. So really just keeping that in mind, just some low energy sort of workouts. This is a really good time to you know when people say bleed on it? This is what it means. Like, this is a really good time to be really thinking about things, planning them out, journaling them, reflecting back on the month and just going, okay, what worked well, what didn't work well, all of those sorts of things. So yeah, basically connecting with yourself and connecting with your life. You know, you can even Google journal prompts and things like that, journal life prompts, and really just get really clear. Do some reading, like some inspirational reading in a book, like things that you haven't been able to do for a long time. It's not a time to be like totally cleaning out your house or starting new projects or anything like that. It's really a reflection sort of time, this menstruation, new moon time. So yeah, so I will put together a basic rundown of the different types of activities that you might like to do during this phase as well. So you'll have that as a bit of a cheat sheet. So, but that's just to give you an overview. Start journaling it, start thinking about it, and I'll see you in the next cycle.